Howdy Ecoreps, my name's Amanda, I'm your secretary, and today I'll be going over the Carbon Footprint Investigators presentation. So, let me share my screen and we'll get started. Ooh, back up. All right, here we are. Buckle up your seatbelts, y'all. We're gonna get started. So, by now you've seen this slide a lot. Sustainability, 3 pillars: environment, social, and economic. This presentation is specifically focused on the environmental pillar. So, what is a carbon footprint? It's the amount of greenhouse gases, primarily CO2, that's released into the atmosphere by a particular human activity. This can be measured on an individual level or by country, and it's usually measured as tons of CO2 emitted per year. This is a cute little diagram showing some of the activities that can influence a carbon footprint. If you've taken any sort of science class, you know what this is. This is review, but this is how greenhouse gases work. You have incoming solar radiation coming into Earth, pew. Some of it reflects back into the atmosphere, zoom. And then this part down here is the part that's absorbed by Earth's surface. Then Earth radiates long-wave radiation back into space. That's that. And then greenhouse gases are floating up here in the atmosphere. They're nice because they keep Earth warm enough so that we can survive, but if we get too much, that's not good either. But yeah, this little arrow here shows the greenhouse gases that trap the heat, bring it back down to Earth. And human activities like burning fossil fuels, deforestation, clearing land are all things that increase the amount of greenhouse gases that end up here in the atmosphere. And that causes warming. Which is why there's a direct correlation between carbon dioxide and global warming. So from 1880 here until about 1940, we have abnormally lower temperatures than we would expect. And then from 1980 onwards, abnormally higher than what we would expect. Yeah, a little bit of alarming because this rate going up here is pretty steep. So we got to be careful. This down here is just showing how our CO2 emissions have dramatically increased over the years. The largest source that's causing it is our burning of fossil fuels, which is pretty obvious. Industrial revolution, things like that. So what are the most common greenhouse gases? Bingo, carbon dioxide, number 1. Followed by methane at 16, that's related to agriculture, think cows. Carbon dioxide part 2, this is with deforestation, clearing of land. And then we have nitrous oxide at 6% and these things called F gases at 2%. So before I get into each of these guys individually, to give you perspective, carbon dioxide stays in the atmosphere for about 100 years. And it has a global warming potential of 1. CH4 here, that's methane, has a global warming potential of 28 times that of carbon dioxide. So a potential of 28 compared to carbon dioxide, which is 1, which stays in the atmosphere for 100 years. Yikes. Then we have nitrous oxide. Global warming potential 265 to 298 times that of carbon dioxide. Bigger yikes. And then to top it off, we have F gases, which includes CFCs, HFCs. CFCs are popular refrigerants. They have a global warming potential ranging from thousands to tens of thousands. Whew, yeah, not good. So while carbon dioxide is over here as the most common, these guys, although they're not quite as abundant, they're very dangerous, very severe effects. Looking at economic sectors, electricity and heat production and agriculture make up nearly 50% of contribution, followed by industry as number 3 at 21%, transportation is Number 4 at 14%. Then we have buildings, and then other. We're going to look specifically at A&M to give you more of a local scale, so to speak. And A&M would kind of fall within the electricity sector. So, as we know, A&M is a big school. 23 million square feet of space, 19 million of which are air conditioned, and it's located on 5,000 acres of land. She's a beauty, but she big. Okay, so if we're looking at Texas A&M's carbon footprint over time, as you can see, campus square footage is increasing, so, you know, more buildings, more land, and then at the same time, their greenhouse gas emissions are basically decreasing, which is great, we like that. But why is that? Well, Texas A&M has a central utility plant, and that central utility plant operates on a combined heat and power system. Basically what that means is the traditional system, you have a power plant that produces electricity, and then you have a separate boiler that heats things up. But with the combined heat and power, it's all in one. Woo! Which means that you have a higher efficiency. We're over here at 75% compared to the traditional system at 50% efficiency. So this utility plant on campus provides up to 70% of campus water heating services and 35% of cooling requirements. This here is a very, very, very detailed image. It just shows all the different units within a CHP system. The takeaway here is that lost energy can be used elsewhere within the system rather than being immediately lost if they are in separate units like the traditional system. And there she is. Ooh, there she is, such a beaut. Okay, so now we're gonna take from the local scale, and now we're gonna go to an individual scale as what can you as a student do to lower your personal carbon footprint. First, we're gonna look at what a normal non-eco-conscious student does. Using dorm dryers for all your clothes, keeping chargers plugged into the wall, buying water bottles, not recycling, using plastic shopping bags, using paper towels, taking long, hot showers. Case number 2, eco-conscious student. Using a closed drying rack, using a surge protector or power cord. This is nice because everything that you plug into it, if you just flip this little switch, all of them turn off. Yay. Using refillable water bottles, recycling properly, using rechargeable batteries, reusable shopping bags, towels or cleaning cloths instead of paper towels, and taking efficient showers. Okay, we have a little bit more of a fun interactive section here for you guys. Which of the following here is the best option? I'll give you like 5 seconds. Okay, cool. So incandescent light bulbs are the worst. Compact fluorescent lights use 25% less energy than incandescents, but the real winner here are the LED lights. They're best in lifespan, in cost, and efficiency. They use 75% less energy than incandescent light bulbs. So best option, LEDs. But fun fact about incandescent bulbs, they were banned by the EU this year. Yay. So it's expected that 3.4 million tons of carbon dioxide will be saved. And that's just in Portugal. Portugal's a little small country. So good news. Moving on. Fact or myth? Leaving a fan on will keep the room cool. 5 seconds. Go. And it's a myth. So fans circulate the air quicker, which means it has a cooling effect on your skin, but it doesn't actually decrease the temperature of the room. Factor myth, it's harmless to leave chargers plugged in when not using them. And this one is a myth. Electric power is consumed by any charging device plugged in. This is also kind of known as vampire energy. So about this, cell phones use 2 to 6 watts when they're charging, but a charger plugged in without the phone uses 0.1 to 0.5 watts. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about how frequently we are on our phones, how frequently we have to charge it, and if everybody is leaving their chargers into the wall when they're not actually charging them, that builds up to be a lot of energy. So unplug your chargers when you're not charging devices. Okay, last one. Factor myth, turning off your computer saves more energy than using sleep mode. Couple seconds to think. All right, and this one, fact. So turning off your devices is going to save the most energy, but using sleep mode during the day is helpful to help you conserve energy, but it's not the best. Recommended thing is to set up your devices on like a 15-minute timer so that it'll go into sleep mode if you've been inactive. That way, if you're away from your desk or you get distracted with other things, you don't waste power. Okay, we're almost done, guys. Just a few additional dorm tips here. Use a dryer when someone's just finished using it, and that way less energy is used to heat the dryer back up. Turn off all your lights and fans when you leave a room. Turn off water while you're brushing your teeth. Take shorter showers. You know, kind of the basics here. Use a bicycle or the Aggie bus system, or walk instead of using your car. Recycle in the green worms by the Commons, Lot 32, the Gardens, or White Creek. Just recycle in general. And hey, join the Aggie Eco-Reps. Residence Life also has some nice resources, so you can check out their website if you're interested for more eco-friendly green tips and stuff. If you want to measure your personal carbon footprint, there's this nice little website here you can go to. It's a little interactive activity. They'll give you some tips on what sectors you're not doing so great in, which ones you're doing good in, and give you some suggestions. So check it out. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. So stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.